We will be able to work together, won't we?
Yes, of course. Why don't you reschedule the meeting and let me know the time and place as soon as it's been confirmed?
I know what to do. With Scorpio breathing down my neck, I must get back to New York.
Yeah, I understand. Telephones still work from there, don't they?
Yes, I'm going to see my father before I leave.
Give him my regards, please.
Well, I will. He'll be very pleased to hear from you. And Anna, please continue to look well. Having babies obviously agrees with you.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Oh, I will look after ourselves.
Of course you will, with Duke looking after you. I'll see myself out. Goodbye.
I could strangle her. I want to strangle her. I mean, she's mad.
I don't know. She's bats. I don't know what to think about her.
What's she up to? I mean, do you think there is another informer?
I don't know. I wouldn't believe her if she told me her eyes were blue.
She's going to do something.
Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether she can call another meeting. I don't know whether she ever did. I don't know what she's up to.
I really don't believe this. I have never, ever seen any one person buy so many clothes in one day.
Get out of here. What do you mean you haven't seen anybody? Honey, how many times am I getting married? I'm getting married once, and I can't get married in all those old, horrible things. I've got to have a new wardrobe.
It's a good thing you married Sean, because not every man could afford you.
Honey, I have never wasted my time with men who couldn't afford me, you know what I mean? Money isn't everything, but it certainly does give a man a lot of character.
I believe it.
Well, what is it? The saying goes, loving well is the best revenge. Or living well is the best revenge, or...
Oh, same
thing. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, I want what I want and when I want it. Right now.
Right now,
yes, exactly.
You want the splashiest wedding in Port Charles history.
You got that right, sweetheart. You know, Port Charles needs a little fire to get their romance going and their glamour and their glitz again. Shoot, Cheryl, you're not going to believe. When I came to this town, it was nothing but a red factory town with a bunch of oversized slums and dilapidated old port.
It seems to me it still is a factory town with oversized slums and a dilapidated port.
Yes, it is. Doesn't change much. That's how come it gets up to me, sweetheart. I have to give it the glamour and the sophistication that it needs. Oh, honey, this wedding is going to knock their socks off. Honey, they're going to look in the dictionary after this is over, and they're going to see elegant, and right next to it's going to be my picture. Oh, can you imagine all those people at home?
Which brings up a very interesting subject.
Yeah?
People at home. Are you going to invite some of those people, like Mother and Daddy?
Mother to my wedding? And Daddy? What are you, out of your cotton picking mind?
It's not a case of looking for a needle. We can't even find a haystack.
Listen, if anything had been found by my men out there, it would be in that report.
Scorpio.
Robert, slavery. Any update on the snake?
Sorry. It seems that I failed to impress the good doctor regarding the urgency of this situation. He's gone hiking for the day.
Well, isn't there anybody else that you're going to ask?
He's Ed. He said he's going to call me back this evening. Either that or I'm going to send some whaling squad cars into his driveway at 2 in the morning.
Well, at the same time, I suggest you get another whaling squad car to escort Olivia St. John right out of town.
I'm sure she's long gone by now, after the conversation we had last night.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but the lady left here not half an hour ago.
What the hell did she want?
She seemed quite startled to see that Anna was walking around safely. She mentioned that you'd been rather firm with her.
Did she say what she plans to do about that?
Well, she said she was leaving tonight, but she's going to visit with her father first.
I'll get a couple of plainclothes men to make sure that she evacuates town as agreed. Thank you for the tip, though.
You going to be there for a little while?
Yeah, until the doctor calls.
Good. I've decided that there's something I want to tell you. It's very important. I want to tell you in person.
Well, is this animal, vegetable, or mineral?
You'll find out when I get there. Only about half an hour. I'll be here. Okay.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, are you going to tell me, or do I have to guess?
You don't have to guess. I'll tell you. I'm sick to death of Olivia's dangerous threats. I'm sick and tired of her father and all his brainless thugs. They can all go to hell as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and that is the idea. At least to jail, anyway.
Well, that's up to Robert. But you can do it without me. And I've got to be realistic about this. For as long as you and I are involved with the mob, there's going to be no safety for you, for me, for Robin, or for our baby. So now we are out, period, okay?
Out of the mob?
Out of the mob and also out of the country. As quickly as we can get packed, we're getting as far away from here as possible.
It's all before. It's not that simple.
And it's as simple as we turn our back on the mob in this country for a while, that's all.
For how long?
Until Victor and Olivia are no longer a threat.
Oh, come on. That could be years.
So?
Well, you were just making arrangements for mob meetings, weren't you?
Well, let Olivia set up as many meetings as she likes. By the time they come down, you and I will be off somewhere warm and remote.
They've got passports, maps, and money. They can follow us anywhere.
Why would they want to follow us?
Because they're vindictive.
Well, I happen to think it's the better part of valor than if we just leave them all behind and don't even fight.
But what about Olivia? Don't you think that setting up this meeting was a phony, or so she could plant the snake? What do you think? She's fantasizing the whole thing?
I don't care what goes on this side of mine. I don't know. I don't even care what Robert thinks, quite frankly. If he can call me a coward if he likes because I don't go out fighting, I don't care.
Nobody would think that of you. Come on.
Listen, Anna, I only get involved with the mob again because of some stupid accident. Well, I'm going to end it right now, period. I'll get down and see Robert. He's waiting for me.
Well, I'll come with you.
No, you stay here.
Well, I'm coming with you.
You had enough for one day. Stay here. I'll go on my own.
Oh, I think I can handle the shock of driving downtown. Besides, it's my life you're talking about. I'm coming with you.
Sweetheart, we have the Quartermains, we have Amanda Barrington, we have the governor and his wife, we have the U.S. senators, we have a couple of state senators and representatives. Don't you see what this is? It's my New York crowd and everything else.
You think it's impossible for Mother and Daddy to associate with that crowd?
No, I don't. I think they'd be fine with each other.
You just don't want anybody to know you're from that kind of family.
I think that's a rather blunt way of putting it, don't you?
Tell me a better way.
Cheryl Ann, I think Mother and Daddy would get along fine with the governor. Even though he's a northern liberal, I'm sure they get along fine with him. But Mother and Daddy don't exactly come with just themselves. You know what I mean? It's like opening up Pandora's box. They would tell Aunt Pearl and Uncle Mickey, and then they'd have to bring those 6 old snotty-nosed kids of theirs up here with them and blow my whole wedding.
Tiffany, those 6 snotty-nosed kids are probably all in high school, college, or the Navy by now.
Oh, yeah, well, then they'd probably go out and rent some snotty-nosed kids and bring with them then, or probably borrow some from the neighbors just to aggravate me. I know they would.
Do you remember the last wedding we went to down there?
Oh, was it Otis's and Bethel Ree's? Oh, gosh. Bethel Ree and her 7-month worth of baby. Oh, I'm telling you what, it was the worst wedding. That should have gone in the Redneck Hall of Fame.
Do you remember there were coonhounds wandering around in the chapel during the ceremony? and then there were dogs. There were dogs and kids all over the floor eating the cake. It was the worst.
Oh, and they had pigs. Do you remember those pigs? I could eat a pig right now. They had 2 whole roasted pigs.
Barbecue.
I love those pigs. I want pigs right now. It's kind of what you call an earthy party. What? What?